I got a customer installed this Jeep Compass 2009, and as you can see, first I got one more question. I'm sorry. Customer brought it over and look how it's installed, and I'm going to show you what not to do and what to do. And what not to do is definitely right here. That's the first thing I looked at, is this power wire right here. And you know, when you close open, this thing can catch on fire, and especially if they don't have a fuse holder on the front. It is very important to have a fuse holder, a fuse holder up front, because if you don't, if there's a short somewhere around here from there and on to the amp, I'm going to show you the amp. Right here, everything can be burned out. I mean, everything be smoking. I mean, depend on how fast you pull that power wire off, but depend on what you have and who's driving it. It's very important not to install any amplifier without the fuse and the fuse holder, basically the fuse. So I'm gonna walk out front right here, and Calvin, can you grab me a cutter? I'm gonna redo all this thing the right way. See, here's another problem that you don't want to do like this. Look how loose it is, and as I mentioned earlier, there's no fuse. I'm not sure who installed it, but that is a bad install. And right here, let's say if it was here and you shut the hood and it caught on fire, it's gonna catch on fire right here. Once it hit that part right there, right here, when it caught metal to metal right there, it definitely is gonna burn everything up. Batteries, wire, carpet, everything. I'm gonna cut that out right now. We're gonna redo this whole car the right way, and we're gonna do the right ground. Let's check out his ground. Oh my God, here's the ground. You definitely don't want the ground like this. Have anybody seen this ground before? Calvin, look at this ground. I'm not gonna laugh. It's just so funny that you got a ground like this. Your amp be arcing every time it play. It be like go in and out, in and out, in and out. That's probably why this amp is smoking. We're gonna put this new amp right here. We're gonna clean this thing up, and this is a Score Audio. It's a Score 15 right there. It takes a lot of power. So here we're gonna redo this whole thing and have my son redo this whole thing. Right here's another way that you don't want to do. You see all this wire right there? Let's say this is power. Let's say if it touched this remote wire, it's okay, but it's gonna make your amp stay on all the time, 24 hours. It's gonna kill your battery. Let's say if this thing touched the ground, you're gonna burn the radio or the fuse that hook up to this remote wire right here. It won't burn your amp up, but it's gonna burn something else. Mainly, it's gonna burn up your fuse to the whatever the fuse is hooking up to. Maybe it could be your radio fuse, could be your ignition fuse or accessory. All kinds of different things can happen. Now this is good right here. They did a good job on this part right here for the speaker. I mean, there's no wire showing like this. What you need is a spade terminal for this part. But I'm gonna change this 8 gauge to a 4 gauge, which is a bigger, thicker wire. It's gonna be better for the sound and everything for this Score Audio. Okay, well, you're gonna have to pry all these out right here. Basically, you're gonna take a prier, flathead, and pry this up like that, and you can literally run the power wire right here through here without taking anything out. But for me, I had to reach down there to look for a hole so I can run it through the firewall to the battery. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to pry this out, pry it down like this, and push it down a little bit. So it's one hand, and then grab that out right there. See, the clip's gonna go in here, and that's, you can see the back. It's looking like that right there. I don't know if you can see it. Get the lights to show you. like that right there. Basically just that snap right there. Okay, I pulled this factory OEM radio out just to look, see how they hook it up, the converter right here. And to me, that's hooked up wrong already right there. As you can see, the ground, well, the ground goes to the ground. The speakers seem to be okay because they hook it up right on that part. But look at this bare wire right here that they got. That's bare wire. If it touches this metal, it's gonna make static. It's gonna burn up the factory speaker or something can happen, or the static. And they hook up the blue and yellow right here. The blue is supposed to send a signal to the remote. So basically, this piece right here, you're supposed to hook it up with the factory aftermarket amplifiers at. You basically gonna hook up to a remote to the amp, and this is to the 12 volt, and this hook up to the factory speakers. So I'm gonna take all this thing off, tape it up, and take this converter back to the back where the amp is at and hook it up that way. So this is the wrong way already right there, to hook it up from here, because of this converter's got a built-in output already. I forgot to mention, they ran the blue wire, which is a remote wire, to the constant, which means the amp's gonna stay on all the time. Let's say back to what I said earlier. If you wanna, since this radio right here, this factory radio, this car doesn't have a built-in amplifier, they hook it up right, so they don't have to literally hook this wire up right here. They can literally use an RCA jack and everything will work normally, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna clean it up and take all this remote wire and everything to the back. The remote wire doesn't need to be run to the front like this, ran to the front. Now what I'm gonna have to do right here, I'll take a knife and just kind of cut the black tape, just scrape it out right. So I'm looking for a blue, a green and dark blue, and then green and brown, which is this one right here. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna crimp it using a T-tap. There's no light in here because we're in a garage and the light ain't that bright. I'm gonna lift that up higher. I'm gonna crimp it like this. It's best to use a T-tap because it's easier actually. You can strip it, might be harder. So then let's say I go like that, I just twist it up and go to just not exactly the same locations. Just move it about an inch to the left or to the right. Crimp that, and then you got the speakers. You got light green and dark blue is positive. Hook it up to the positive side of the speaker. This is speaker wire that you're gonna have to do. You don't have to do it from where the factory radios are. That's too much work. You're gonna have to take it off, and you spend another 30-40 minutes to do that. The reason I've done that earlier because I was looking for the high-low converter because the customer don't want to spend any more money. So I'm gonna run that one. I'm gonna run the power wire. I'm gonna look for the power wire and go from there. Now I'm trying to run, it's pretty difficult on this car to run a power wire to the right way. You cannot really run from the left side, left kick panel, which is the driver side kick panel I'm looking at, where everything is cluttered up right there. You don't want to just make a hole and then you're gonna hit the master cylinder, or you're gonna hit some wire or the brake wire, brake line. So what I've done, I checked it a couple times, right there with the steering wheel right there. On top of that, about 8 inches on top with the gas right there. My son poking the wire already. There, where's it at? I can't see right there. You look at it. I'm just gonna have to hold on. I'm gonna run the wire like that, so that way you can just pull it easier. Top, it's kind of difficult to do when you try to reach the wire. Oh. Trying to run on the top right there, so that way it won't affect anything when the guy making a turn. Oh! So basically you just pull the wire out like that, and you run the wire to the one side of the kick panel. I'm gonna just keep pulling some more wire from him. Not sure how much I need, but I'm using one hand, so it's kind of difficult. I'm gonna basically do the same thing. I'm hide the wire right there. The wire is gonna run behind the brake and go on the top, very top, and then run it back this way to the side. Okay, back to installing the power wire to the amplifier. I got a mini A&L fuse right here. I am putting right in, and make sure you put this cap in first right here, so that way you don't have to take it out again and redo it. So the caps go first before you put anything else in there. And then now when you're done, it should be looking like, everything should look like that. Make sure it's not gonna come off when you pull it. I'm gonna put a split loom on this one. I call wire loom. Just pull it in right there so it looks nice and kind of heat resistant a bit. Won't just burn out when it's hot. That doesn't mean you put a light on there, it's not gonna burn. So right there, about right there, cut it, and keep this for the next customer. Hot. About like that, and then next I'm gonna take this 10mm, loosen that, and put this thing in once it's done in the back. Keep it like that for right now. Now what we're gonna do is gonna put the this is the speaker wire that you ran from the left rear of the speakers, and then he's gonna hook it up to, you got white gray, and you got white black, and then gray black. The white black gray black go to the negative of the speaker wire, and then the solid color will go to the positive. This is the right way to do this. power really tight and run it right there, not up here. And then okay, good over there. And then all the wires shouldn't be seen right there, all of that. And I did hook up the bass knob controller for him right there. Everything run back here. Run back here. This is all the power wire thing. I put this thing back on the seat, the passenger rear, driver rear seat right there, and run the speaker wire over there so I can make sure I can see. I can shut it down like that. Turn it up. Okay, turn the music on. And then as you can see right there, that hooked up. I know it's upside down, it's easy for me to adjust, but anyway, yep, sounds good with this core audio. Yeah, rattle. Had to fade out the license plate, but yep. But it sounds good, I tell you that. It rattles. That's how you hook it up. Earlier, due to the Metro, this piece making a loud sound. When you shut the key off, it make really loud sound. So what I did, I hook up the remote wire to the switch. Basically, this blue wire right there going to one side of the speaker wire, and then the other speaker wire is gonna go to the remote wire right here. And then I run it all the way down to the front right here, and then one side go to one side right here, and another side go right here for the switch. And then basically, if you, let's say for example, it doesn't matter. The reason I say that, it doesn't matter what side it is, as long as you put both of this up like that, you are good. Basically what you do when you turn this switch on right here, it create a closed circuit, meaning it's gonna turn the amp back on. And if you go like this, it's gonna be an open circuit. An open circuit is like you break a wire to piece, like my finger right here, that's open. This is closed, meaning it's touching each other to have the current run through. That's how this switch is doing. The same as a light switch. You turn it on, you turn it off. When you turn it on, it creates a closed circuit. This is what I mean by that. Basically, it's playing right now, right? If you leave the car, it's going to be a buzzing noise, like a loud noise, really loud. It's almost like that. It sounded like that, but it stay on like that, solid. What I did, that switch, watch, I'm gonna turn that switch off. The subwoofer will shut everything off. Okay, watch it. I'm gonna wait until the bass play because it's the end of the music. Okay, you see that? Man. Yep. Jeep Compass 2009 is leaving the shop.